Hi leaders, thanks so much for watching the Weekly Connect for the 10th and 11th. We're going to be continuing our path on Jonah and teaching the kids the remainder of the Jonah lesson. So we're still talking about how God shows us the way. When you get into your rooms, because it's Mother's Day, our first craft is going to be something for moms. So you will come in and you will have sheets of tissue paper. So you're going to have the kids pick 5 sheets of tissue paper, and then, Ben, can you hold it down so they can see this? And then you're going to have them try and set it up as close to perfect as they can, as close to like little squares as they can, and then just do an accordion. So just do accordion bend, so you fold it this way, then you fold it that way, and you do it all the way across to where it looks just like this. And then you're going to take your pipe cleaner, all the kids should have a pipe cleaner, and you're going to wrap your pipe cleaner around your flour. What's soon to be a flower, all of the tissue paper. And you just wipe it, and then you want to keep this part long, so you'll have a long part. Some of the kids may want to put something so they have a little stem inside their flour too, however they want to do that. But just keep a stem so that they can hold the flour. And then you'll take your tissue paper and you just slowly start pulling it up. Now sometimes it might tear, it might look a little bit different, but it's not a big deal because all flowers are different, and even if their flower looks different for their mom, it'd still be very cute. So then they're just going to slowly pull it up. They can pick whichever color they want. Obviously, no two flowers are going to look the same, right? This one's tearing. But you just peel all of the paper apart, like so, and then just play with it a little bit, and they get to make a little flower for their moms. So that's what we're going to be doing during the opening time, just something so that they can give their mom something when they're finished. I could do better. That's what it's going to look like, something similar to that. And then you're going to transition into the story time. Thanks, Ben. And the transition question, the connect question that you're going to ask the kids is, what is the biggest change you have ever made in your life? This is going to get them started to think about back on track with Jonah. And we are going to be talking about how Jonah took a U-turn. So you're going to complete the entire study on Jonah today. We're going to talk about how he did exactly what God told him to do, told him to go to Nineveh, talk to all the people, taught them about God, taught them about how their ways were not what God wanted for them, and how God was very displeased with them and wanted them to change. And the people of Nineveh decided to change and start following the one true God. However, Jonah didn't like the idea that now these bad people that he thought were so disgusting and so horrible could now be good, and they could be considered God's people and following God. He wanted God to still punish them for everything that they had done in the past. He didn't want them to be allowed to do a U-turn as God allows us all to do. So read over the passage. It's in Jonah 4. I think it's 3 and 4. And read over it again and see. I'm sure you've heard the story before, but read over and see how God's telling you to teach it, or what's the good way for you to talk about the story of Jonah for the remainder of the time. And we'll just talk a little bit more about how Jonah took detours, he yielded to God, and then God allowed people to do a U-turn, and it still wasn't good enough for Jonah. He still wanted people to be punished. So God just wanted Jonah to be taught that he loved Jonah, and he loved all the people of Nineveh as well, and he wanted them all to have a chance to be with him and be saved as well. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to move right into your worship songs. You'll finish up the couple of worship songs that we have for Jonah this month. Next week we will be starting on our VBS songs. So finish up these Jonah songs and get ready for next week when we're going to do the VBS worship. And then you're going to do your blessing. And your blessing is from Matthew 6:10. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And then bless the children by saying, may you live as children called to God's greater purpose, spreading God's kingdom on earth and yielding to his will in all things. So after the story, you're going to go back and you're going to do your review questions, however you'd like to do it. Play a game, just do the questions, however that works for you. And then we have a fun activity that the kids can play. If they've finished with their flowers, they're finished with this activity, they can start playing a game if you have time. So the game is that you just break the kids up, have all the kids stand against the wall on one side, and then you have pick one child to be it. And all of the kids will join arms, just lock arms, and they start walking towards the person who's it. This is all explained in the activity portion of your curriculum too, but I'll try and briefly kind of explain it. They'll just start marching forward while their hands or their arms are locked. And then when the teacher or the person, whoever, calls out repent, then all the kids can unlock arms and run back to the safety of the wall that they came from. While the person who's trying to get the people to sin and to do the bad stuff, like the kind of bad guy, is going to be chasing them and trying to catch them. Anyone who gets tagged before reaching the wall will join the opposing player's side, so they'll be on the bad guy's side. So I hope that makes sense. If not, read over your activity. I typed it up really clear. It's very clear on that, hopefully more clear than how I'm making it. And then if you have time and the kids have some time, if you'd like to go ahead and start on the Bible work. The Bible work for next week is the healing of the blind man, and that is in John 9. So you'll be able to start that with the kids too. So lots to do this weekend, so have fun planning your lesson. If you're the storyteller and you need anything to prepare for your lesson, just let your campus supervisor know. Otherwise, everything should be in your classroom and ready for you. So thank you so much. Have a blessed week.